children. Today we will start civics chapter 7, okay, outcomes of democracy. You all are very well aware of this topic, democracy. Many times you studied about this democracy, isn't it? So democracy, you all know, that's why we are moving to that. Why democracy a better form of government? This question is also I hope everybody know the answer, isn't it? As it promotes equality among people, then it improves the quality of decision making, it enhances the dignity of individual, it provides a method to resolve conflict and all. So these are the reasons why democracy it is a better form of government. And the most important thing is that it is a legitimate government, because it is just a form of government. We can say democracy is just a form of government. Okay, it is slow, less efficient, and not very responsive or clean. Okay, that is, democracy has its own ability to generate its own support as the people elect their representatives, isn't it? It can only create conditions for achieving something, as the citizen have to take advantage and to achieve goals. Clear? So now, what are the things that democracy must provide? Okay, that is, people have the right to choose rulers and people have control over rulers. We all know it as we are selecting it. People's participation in decision making. Okay, then government should be accountable to be citizens, responsive to the needs and expectations of the citizens. Then it is based on the ideas of deliberation and negotiation, democracy, isn't it? And democracy pays the cost of time, that is, the cost of time that democracy pay, it is worth it. Clear? Government has to follow procedures and its decisions must be both, that is, acceptable and effective. Both should be there. It develops mechanism for citizens to hold the government as it is accountable and taking part in decision making, and it ensures that this decision making will be based on norms and procedures. Clear? It provides transparency also. Okay, so I hope. Democracy means rule by the people, of the people, and for the people. It states that every citizen should take part in the decision making process of the country directly or indirectly. Three elements of democracy, we can say that it is election, political parties, and right to choice. And the worst form of government are monarchy, rule of military, isn't it, or rule by any religious leader. Okay, the three qualities of democracy, if we talk about, it is accountable, legitimate, and responsive. That is, accountable to the people, yes, legitimate, elected by voters, and responsive to the need of citizen. Okay, so the outcome, that is, the result of the democracy are, we can say, social equality, social justice, political equality and political justice, okay, economic equality and economic justice. So accountable government, we can say that a government which is answerable to the people. Okay, according, that is, corruption, according to World Bank, we can say corruption is using the public office for private profit. So as I said, democracy provides transparency. Transparency, that is, under democracy, a citizen who wants to know if a decision taken by the government was taken through the correct procedure can find this out. That is, he or she has the right and the means to examine the process of decision making. Okay, this is known as transparency. Okay, and democratic government is a legitimate government. Legitimate government is government under which laws and action of the government are revealed to the people and its function in a transparent manner. Okay, people have the right to challenge the government policies and action, and if the people are not satisfied with the working of the government, they have the right to change it. Okay, in a democracy there is a political equality, that is, every vote counts equal. Regular, free, and fair elections are there. Open public debate on major policies and legislations. Citizen rights to information about the government and its functioning. Clear? Then comes sharing information with citizens. Okay, that is, democratic government is efficient and effective. Okay, fall short of election, that provides a fair chance to everyone and in subjecting every decision to public debate. Clear? I hope till here everybody it is clear to you. Yes? Now what can we expect from the government? Okay, we can expect that government to be attentive to the needs of the people and their demands, and at the same time the government has to be free of corruption. Okay, government has to be free of corruption. Government that takes decision by following the norms and proper procedure, so it has to be free of corruption. Corruption, as I said, it is using the public offers for private profit. Understood? So it is said that government has to be free of corruption. Okay, that is, we can say democracy ensures that decision making will be based on norms and procedure, and the people have the right and the means to examine the process of decision, as I said earlier also, isn't it? Now we will move to economic growth and development. So this is what actually this economic growth and development, not only this, the previous topic which we had discussed, that is accountable, legitimate and responsive. So these all are the outcomes of democracy, we can say. So this economic growth and development, it is also an outcome of democracy. It is expected from democracy to bring economic development because it works on the principle of equality. Okay, that is in 1950 2000 dictatorship have high rate of economic growth. Okay, this economic development depends on many factors, that is country's population size, global situation, economic priorities adopted by the country, cooperation from other countries. Understood? So these are the economic development, which that is these are the factors on which this economic development is depending. Okay, reduction of inequality and poverty. Okay, so equality before law is the principal outcome of democracy. Okay, this is the common thing which everybody knows it. Okay, democracy does not appear to be successful in reducing economic inequalities. Like this, a small number of rich enjoy a highly disproportionate share of wealth and income, and their share in total income is increasing, and people at the bottom of the society have very little to depend upon. Okay, so the outcome of democracy, we can say it is political equality. All individuals have equal weight in electing representative, isn't it? Accommodation of social diversity. Accommodation of social diversity, that is, democracy is the best form of government to respect differences and evolve a mechanism to negotiate differences. Okay, it is a binding force that facilitate people of all religions, race, custom, caste and creed. So it accommodates social diversity. Okay, for example, we can say Belgium, as we had learned in the first chapter, isn't it? Then majority to work with minority. Rule by majority means that in case of every election, different persons and groups may and can form majority. No discrimination is there, isn't it? Indian constitution has laid emphasis on granting equal status and opportunities to the women also, and discriminating caste also. है ना? So I hope till here everybody clear. Now we move on to dignity and freedom of the citizen. Okay, that is passion for respect and freedom are the basis of democracy. Okay, this is the next topic, that is dignity and freedom of the citizen. So democracy secures multiple rights of the individual to keep his dignity and freedom intact. Yes, see, gaining dignity of women, that is gaining some sensitivity due to long struggles. Respect to and equal treatment of women are necessary. Once if it is recognized, it is easier for women to wage a struggle. Understood? So in Bangladesh, more than half of the population lives in poverty. When people have full affection and love for each other and they resolve their differences amicably, it is called harmonious social life. है ना? So here we can say that outcome of democracy, that is success of democracy, comes with more expectation and complaints from people, which indirectly indicates participation. है ना? That is the thing here, which that is secularism, which means the separation of religion from politics in India. It means that freedom of an individual to practice and propagate his or her own religion. Okay, so here freedom and dignity of women, this is how it is explained here. So I hope till here it is clear to you. Okay, and women principle of equality, that is women's political representation also, that is all this is well known, that issues related to women well-being or otherwise are not given adequate attention. This has led many feminist and women movement to the conclusion that unless women control power, their problem will not get adequate attention. One way to ensure this is to have more women as elected representative. Okay, so democracies have greater success in setting up regular and free elections. Okay, bachas. So this is all about the chapter. Now you go through the chapter, you will be more clear. Read the chapter properly, it will be more clear to you. Thank you so much, bachas. God bless you all.